Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Being around men successful with women is a great thing. It's a great thing because, you know, I'm known for talking about select and non-select. And I'm going to tell you what, one of the biggest problems is that these two don't hang out. Now, there might not be much that a select man can get from being around a non-select man, but a non-select man can generally get something from being around a select man. And let me be clear, that don't have anything to do with your physicality or how you look or your height or anything like that. I've said before, ultimately it's more about mindset. It's more about mindset. Now, see, if you are a man who's having trouble getting women and you having trouble dealing with women, one of the worst things you can do is be around a bunch of other men who are having trouble. Because, and I remember when I first saw this way back in the day, I remember this young lady I went to pick up, and that's another story. But this was way back in the day, and I saw an earlier version, and this was the late 80s, when I saw this. And I picked up this young lady at her house, and there were a bunch of guys there who were friends of her brother, and they were talking about women. And let's just say the conversations that they were having, what they were talking about, is just what you would see on some content creators page or even some incels page. They the exact same thing. And I was like, that's not helpful, right? Because at the same time, the friends that I had, the guys that I would be around, they were straight players. They were straight players. What I talk about in my books or in my videos ain't just stuff that happened to me. Because I said, one of the things, even when I wrote my book, Nice Guys and Players, I said, you know what? I can't just base this on me because maybe it's something special about me. Yeah, I can say, yeah, getting women and all of that. But I said, no, let me see what other guys are doing. And really everything I wrote was based on a combination of them. And we ain't talking about one or two either. We're talking about scores of men who are successful with women. But one of the things that I did notice when I would see both groups, like you would have the non-select group, oh, they would complain. It was like, oh, women are this, women are that. Women don't want guys who do this or that. And then, in fact, I remember, and I can't remember the title of this book, but this was way back in the day too, where it was the author had written about a bunch of guys who were having trouble getting women. It was a work of fiction. I can't remember the title of it, but everything he was saying is exactly what would be said online now. And they were all hanging out with each other. But one of the things I found with the two guys, with the two groups of men, the groups that was having trouble, oh yeah, they were all sad sack. You hanging around them. And then the other ones, they were just positive and all of that. One of the reasons why it's very important to be around men who are successful with women, because no matter how sovereign we try to be, I can talk about sovereignty all the time, and how much you trying to create your own world. Energetically, we still connect with those around us. We come down or go up to their level. It's like this elder said, he does not like being the smartest man in the room. He prefers to be the least smartest in the room. That way, when he goes in a room of smarter men, they can bring up his intelligence. And I understand where he was going. He was giving some wisdom, and that was just in life, period. See, when a man is around other men who are having trouble with women, he's going to start picking up on their habits no matter what. Even if it wasn't that bad, because he's going to start seeing the bad stuff in women. He's going to start bringing it up because every group, even select men, going to see the bad stuff. Those select men, they are just not going to focus on it. But see, the non-select men, they're going to focus on it. And they'll miss out on the good things women bring. See, one thing with women too, and this is, they always say, that's another video, but this is something I need to talk about again. And it's just purely that every woman, she can treat two different men two different ways. Now, see, one of the things that men who are successful with women, they get in the good side of women. Now, if you're a man hanging around those type of men, being around those type of men, subconsciously, you're going to see that thing in women. You're going to pick up on what they're doing. And it might be subtle. You might notice that they have a certain tone with women. It's not like you doing it, but you're going to see what they see because you're around them. You're talking with them differently. It's like a young man who would always call women bitches, and just in my presence. And he noticed I would get mad because of that. I would say, nah, don't call them bitches. And he was wondering why. But I said because they will pick up on it, even in your body language and your facial expressions, your tone of voice, everything. See, when you're around a bunch of guys who are having trouble with women, you're going to subconsciously pick up on what they're doing. And you're going to present that. Women going to present that. They're going to read your nonverbal cues. And in fact, I talked about nonverbal, what women pick up nonverbally from looking at men. I talked about that on my Vimeo. I'll put that in a link for that in the description box. Very important. I push that a lot, but it's very important. But see, if you're around a bunch of men who are doing well with women, they pick up on the bad stuff too, but they don't focus on it. They focus on winning. It's just like, let me use an example of money, not even dealing with women. Who would you rather be around? Would you rather be around a bunch of poor men? Would you rather be around a bunch of men that are making money? Because if they poor, if they have that mindset, that's what they're going to keep. But if you're around a bunch of men who are making money, who are millionaires, in fact, you're going to notice there's a distinct difference. And it's the same thing. It is the exact same thing when you're dealing with men who are good with women. You're going to pick up something different. Now, there's some guys be trying to say something wrong with them or something. Yeah, well, let's use the money example again. Is there something wrong with a man making $1 million and not being broke? Not living day to day, maybe without a job. Is there something wrong with that? It's the same thing. Because it's all about winning in life. And you want to win. Women are part of it, but you want to win with women. You want to be with winners. And shoot, let me use another example. You've had like in pro sports, you've had players who may have played for a bad team for a while, then they go to another team and there's a big difference. There's a big difference in energy. Like when you look at the talent's not really changed, but it's a change in the mindset, the organization. I want y'all to think about that, all right? It's a great thing. As best as possible. And there might not be a lot of men that you can hang around, but if you encounter a man who's successful with women, if you encounter a player, just be around them. It's a big difference. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Trust me. Trust me. So, anyway, that's all I have for right now. And I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.